Majapahit, the kingdom in the archipelago that once controlled almost all parts of what is now Indonesia, has left a dark history. The Paragreg War occurred as one of the beginnings of the destruction of the empire that stood since the end of the 13th century AD. Quoted from the Islamic Dynamics of the Philippines, Burma, and Thailand, 2013. Written by Koirul Fuad Yusuf during its heyday, according to Nagara Kertagama, Majapahit was in charge of no less than 98 kingdoms in the archipelago. The territory of this Hindu Buddhist kingdom covered Java, Bali, Sumatra, Kalimantan, Nusa Tenggara, Sulawesi to Maluku. Nailisam ko din na no matter how big the kingdom, it must have had its own story before its destruction, including the Majapahit kingdom. Even though its power covered many areas in the archipelago, even to the opposite side of the land, this kingdom, which was centered in East Java, was crushed by destruction due to civil war. The weakening of the Majapahit Empire began with the death of Mahapati Gajah Mada in 1364 AD. This figure, known for the Amukti Palapa oath to unite the archipelago, was a true tandem for the king of Majapahit at that time, Hayam Wuruk, who had been in power since 1350 AD. The absence of Gajah Mada made Hayam Wuruk slumped and finally die in 1389. The death of Hayam Wuruk, also previously Gajah Mada, made the stability of the Majapahit kingdom even more fragile. Many conquered territories started to break away. As the successor to the Majapahit throne appeared Wikramawardhana, Hayam Wuruk's son-in-law, also known as Kusumawardhani's husband. Kusumawardhani is the daughter of Hayam Wuruk from the empress. The leadership of Wikramawardhana turned out to be shaken by internal circles of the kingdom itself. The resistance was instigated by Bre Wirabhumi, who was the son of Hayam Wuruk from the concubine's wife. In the bull, The Collapse of the Hindu-Javanese Empire and the Emergence of Islamic Countries in the Archipelago, 2005, Slamet Muljana explains that the struggle for the position of the new king after the death of Hayam Wuruk had a major influence in the collapse of this empire. At that time, Wikramawardhana controlled the western palace of Majapahit. Meanwhile, Bre Wirabhumi led the eastern part of the palace. This dispute stemmed from the problem of the struggle for government leadership between the regional rulers or the conquered kings who were still relatives of the palace. In 1405, a polemic broke out between the Wikramawardhana and the Bre Wirabhumi camp, which was later referred to as the Paragreg War. This civil war was won by Wikramawardhana after Bre Wirabhumi died in 1406. According to Pranoedjo Poespaningrat in the book The Story of the Ancestors and the Exalted, From Old Mataram to New Mataram, 2008, the Paragreg War was one of the factors causing Majapahit's decline, weakening, and finally vanishing. None of the successors of the Majapahit rulers after Wikramawardhana from 1389 to 1429 were able to revive the kingdom's glory that had been achieved during the days of Hayam Wuruk and Gajah Mada. In Norduin's The Names of Hayam Wuruk Sisters, 1978, it is noted that the center of Majapahit government was moved from Trawulan to Daha, now known as Kediri, during the era of the leadership of Girindrawardhana or Brawijaya VI from 1478 to 1489. Moving the capital city did not improve Majapahit's condition. In fact, it even weakened its influence. Especially with the emergence of a new center of power in Java, namely the Sultanate of Demak, which was founded by Raden Patah, the Prince of Majapahit, the son of Bre Kertabumi or Brawijaya V, who ruled from 1468 to 1478. In 1527, Sultan Trenggana sent troops to occupy Majapahit and took over the remaining conquered territories. The empire that was once enormous and mighty was finally completely destroyed.